Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we are going to talk about Arizona and the governor of Arizona and the attorney general of Arizona and a comment that seems to have led to a whole lot of speculation. So, we're going to talk about that. We are going to talk about realities and timetables and just kind of run through the whole thing. If you missed it, the governor of Arizona made a comment answering a question, and it prompted a whole lot of speculation and even some advocacy when it comes to the idea of Arizona being the next jurisdiction to indict the former president of the United States, to indict Trump. Okay, so what happened? Basically, a journalist asked, is kind of what it boils down to. Asked the governor something to the effect, very loosely paraphrasing here, something to the effect of, do you think it's a good idea to maybe pursue things the way that Georgia did and go after the fake electors, maybe indict Trump, something along those lines? The governor said, absolutely. I have been an advocate for holding folks involved in trying to overturn the will of the voters in the 2020 election accountable, and this is part of that process. Accountability is critical. I don't think we're going to change direction until there's accountability at the top level. Okay, now there's nothing wrong with that sentiment. Just for clarity's sake, I would like to point out that I don't like it when a chief executive, be it a governor or a president, calls for a prosecution in that way. I think that's a little outside of their purview. That's something that should be left up to the attorney general. It's just to me, it's just bad form. But in this case, it doesn't matter because the attorney general in Arizona has confirmed there is an investigation underway. Now, there's not a lot of details on it, so it could be one that is very similar to Georgia, or it could be one that's just focusing on the fake electors themselves or those people that are residents of Arizona who engaged in conduct there directly, that kind of thing. I know there are a lot of people who are just dreaming about a pile of indictments falling on the former president. I get it. I would like to point something out that the attorney general there kind of hinted at. Even using the Georgia indictment as a roadmap. The investigators in Georgia, they worked on that for years. Years. The attorney general in Arizona, that team, they're kind of new. They took office in January. Even if they decided to build a large case, not limited to just Arizona, but build a very large case involving the former president, that takes time. Even if you have a roadmap. It takes a lot of time. It's a case against the former president of the United States. It's not something that just gets slapped together. My guess would be that by the time Arizona was ready to bring an indictment, some of the cases currently underway, they'll probably already be resolved. And the Arizona indictment really won't matter that much. That would be my guess. If they're building a large case. Now, if they're just going after the fake electors, that's something else entirely. That could be ready pretty quickly. It's worth remembering as I dash everybody's dreams about that, because I know there are a lot of people who are kind of like on indictment watch again, waiting for one from Arizona. I think that would be a long ways off. But it's worth reminding everybody I'm of the firm belief that there is still another federal indictment coming for completely separate conduct. And it is my understanding that there is another state, not Arizona and not Georgia, that has an investigation underway, that has been working on it for much longer. That is just keeping it quiet. So for those who are just, really, really wanting another indictment, I think you'll probably get one. but I don't think it's going to be Arizona. I think by the time Arizona is ready, some of the other cases will have kind of rendered it moot. But we will have to wait and see how it all plays out. I mean, the AG there could just totally be underselling how much they've accomplished. They could be ready to go now. I don't see that as likely, though. Cases that are that expansive, they take time to develop. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.